Tibet, often referred to as the roof of the world, is a land steeped in history, spirituality, and natural beauty. Nestled high in the Himalayas, this autonomous region of China has long captivated the imagination of travelers, scholars, and adventurers alike. Its unique geography, with towering mountains, vast plateaus, and serene lakes, creates a landscape that feels almost otherworldly. But beyond its physical grandeur, Tibet is a place where ancient traditions and spiritual practices have been preserved for centuries, offering a glimpse into a way of life that is deeply connected to the land and the cosmos. One of the most striking aspects of Tibetan culture is its profound spiritual heritage. Tibetan Buddhism, which is deeply intertwined with the daily lives of its people, is the cornerstone of the region's identity. Monasteries, or gompas, dot the landscape, serving as centers of learning, meditation, and community life. The Potala Palace in Lhasa, once the winter residence of the Dalai Lama, stands as a testament to the region's spiritual and political history. Its towering white and red walls, adorned with intricate murals and golden roofs, are a symbol of Tibet's enduring cultural legacy. Pilgrims from across the region travel to these sacred sites, often prostrating themselves for miles as an act of devotion, their faith unwavering despite the challenges of the journey. The Tibetan way of life is deeply rooted in its environment. The harsh climate and high altitude have shaped a culture that values resilience, resourcefulness, and community. Nomadic herding, particularly of yaks, has been a traditional way of life for many Tibetans. These hardy animals provide not only transportation and labor but also milk, meat, and wool, which are essential for survival in this rugged terrain. The yak is more than just an animal. It is a symbol of Tibetan identity and a vital part of the region's economy and culture. The nomadic lifestyle, though increasingly under pressure from modernization and climate change, remains a powerful expression of Tibet's connection to its natural surroundings. Tibetan cuisine reflects the region's unique environment and cultural influences. Staples like sampa, roasted barley flour, and butter tea are not only nourishing but also deeply symbolic. Butter tea, made from tea leaves, yak butter, and salt, is a staple of Tibetan hospitality, often served to guests as a sign of welcome. The preparation and sharing of food are central to Tibetan social life, fostering a sense of community and belonging. Despite the challenges of living in a high-altitude environment, Tibetan cuisine is rich in flavor and variety, with dishes like momas, dumplings, and thukpa, noodle soup, gaining popularity beyond the region's borders. The Tibetan language, part of the Tibeto-Burman language family, is another key element of the region's cultural identity. Tibetan script, derived from an ancient Indian script, is used not only for everyday communication but also for religious texts and rituals. The preservation of the Tibetan language is seen as vital to maintaining the region's cultural heritage, particularly in the face of external influences. Efforts to promote and protect the language are ongoing, with schools and cultural institutions playing a crucial role in ensuring its survival for future generations. Tibetan art and music are deeply intertwined with the region's spiritual and cultural traditions. Thangka paintings, intricate and colorful depictions of Buddhist deities and mandalas, are not only works of art but also tools for meditation and spiritual practice. The creation of a thangka is a meticulous process, often taking months or even years to complete. Similarly, Tibetan music, with its haunting chants and resonant instruments like the dungchen, long horn, and damaru, hand drum, is an integral part of religious ceremonies and festivals. These artistic expressions are more than just cultural artifacts. They're living traditions that continue to inspire and connect people to their spiritual roots. Festivals play a central role in Tibetan life, offering a vibrant display of the region's cultural and religious heritage. Losar, the Tibetan New Year, is one of the most important celebrations, marked by feasting, dancing, and religious rituals. The Monlam Prayer Festival, held shortly after Losar, is a time for communal prayers and offerings, reflecting the deep spiritual devotion of the Tibetan people. Other festivals, such as the Saga Dawa Festival, which commemorates the birth, enlightenment, and death of Buddha, are occasions for reflection, gratitude, and renewal. These festivals are not only a time for celebration but also an opportunity to strengthen community bonds and reaffirm cultural identity. The concept of tulku, or reincarnated lamas, is a unique aspect of Tibetan Buddhism that has fascinated outsiders for centuries. Tulkus are believed to be the rebirths of highly realized masters, and their identification and education are central to the continuity of Tibetan spiritual traditions. The most well-known tulku is the Dalai Lama, who is revered not only as a spiritual leader but also as a symbol of Tibetan resilience and hope. The current Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, has lived in exile since 1959, but his teachings and advocacy for peace and compassion have resonated with people around the world. The institution of the Dalai Lama, while deeply rooted in Tibetan Buddhism, has also become a global symbol of wisdom and humanity. Tibet's history is marked by periods of independence, conquest, and integration. The region's strategic location, situated between China, India, and Central Asia, has made it a crossroads of cultures and a focal point of geopolitical interest. The Tibetan Empire, which reached its zenith in the 7th and 8th centuries, was a powerful force in the region, influencing the spread of Buddhism and shaping the cultural landscape of Central Asia. However, by the 13th century, Tibet had come under the influence of the Mongol Empire, and later, the Qing dynasty of China. The 20th century saw significant changes, with the establishment of the People's Republic of China in 1949 and the subsequent incorporation of Tibet into the Chinese state. This period has been marked by both development and controversy, with debates over autonomy, cultural preservation, and human rights continuing to shape the region's trajectory. The issue of tourism in Tibet is a complex and often contentious topic. On one hand, tourism has brought economic benefits to the region, providing jobs and income for local communities. On the other hand, the influx of visitors has raised concerns about cultural preservation and environmental impact. The Chinese government has sought to promote tourism in Tibet as a way to boost the local economy and showcase the region's unique heritage. However, critics argue that this has led to the commercialization of Tibetan culture and the erosion of traditional ways of life. Balancing the benefits of tourism with the need to protect Tibet's cultural and natural resources remains a significant challenge. One of the more sensationalized aspects of Tibetan culture that has occasionally surfaced in Western media is the practice of sky burial. This traditional funeral custom, in which the deceased's body is offered to vultures, is rooted in Tibetan Buddhist beliefs about impermanence and the cycle of life and death. While it may seem shocking to outsiders, sky burial is a deeply respectful and environmentally sustainable practice, reflecting the Tibetan worldview that the body is merely a vessel for the soul. The ritual is conducted with great care and reverence, often accompanied by prayers and offerings. It is a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of letting go of attachments. Another aspect of Tibetan culture that has garnered attention, though often misunderstood, is the role of women in society. Tibetan women have traditionally played a significant role in both family and community life, often taking on responsibilities in agriculture, trade, and religious practices. In some regions, matrilineal systems have been observed, where property and inheritance are passed through the female line. However, like many societies, Tibet has also grappled with issues of gender inequality, particularly in the context of modernization and external influences. Efforts to empower women and promote gender equality are ongoing, with organizations and initiatives working to address these challenges while respecting Tibetan cultural values. The Tibetan diaspora, particularly in India, Nepal, and other parts of the world, has played a crucial role in preserving and promoting Tibetan culture. Since the 1959 Tibetan uprising and the subsequent exile of the Dalai Lama, many Tibetans have sought refuge abroad, establishing communities that continue to uphold their traditions and advocate for their homeland. These diaspora communities have become centers of Tibetan cultural and political activism, organizing events, festivals, and educational programs to keep their heritage alive. The resilience and determination of the Tibetan diaspora are a testament to the enduring strength of Tibetan identity and the deep connection Tibetans feel to their homeland. Environmental conservation is another critical issue facing Tibet. The region's unique ecosystems, including its glaciers, rivers, and grasslands, are not only vital for the local population but also have global significance. Tibet is often referred to as the third pole, due to its vast ice fields, which are a major source of freshwater for billions of people in Asia. However, climate change and human activities are posing significant threats to these fragile environments. Melting glaciers, desertification, and biodiversity loss are among the challenges that Tibet faces, with far-reaching implications for both the region and the planet. Efforts to address these issues, including sustainable development initiatives and international cooperation, are essential for preserving Tibet's natural heritage. The relationship between Tibet and the rest of China is a topic of ongoing debate and discussion. While the Chinese government emphasizes the economic and infrastructural development that has taken place in Tibet, many Tibetans and international observers raise concerns about cultural assimilation and political autonomy. The construction of railways, highways, and other infrastructure projects has brought increased connectivity and economic opportunities to the region, but it has also led to tensions over land use, resource allocation, and cultural preservation. The question of how to balance development with the protection of Tibetan identity and rights remains a central issue in the region's future. Tibetan medicine, or Soa Rigpa, is another fascinating aspect of the region's cultural heritage. This ancient system of healing, which dates back over 1,000 years, is based on a holistic understanding of the body and mind. Tibetan medicine incorporates elements of Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, and indigenous practices, using herbs, minerals, and animal products to treat a wide range of ailments. The diagnosis and treatment process often involves a deep understanding of the patient's physical, emotional, and spiritual state, reflecting the interconnectedness of all aspects of life. Despite the challenges of modernization and the availability of Western medicine, Tibetan medicine continues to be practiced and valued, both within Tibet and beyond. The role of storytelling in Tibetan culture cannot be overstated. Oral traditions, including epic poems, folk tales, and religious narratives, have been passed down through generations, preserving the history, values, and wisdom of the Tibetan people. The Jesa epic, one of the longest and most famous epic poems in the world, is a cornerstone of Tibetan literature. It tells the story of King Jesa, a legendary hero who embodies the ideals of courage, compassion, and wisdom. These stories are not just entertainment. They're a means of education, moral guidance, and cultural transmission, ensuring that the rich tapestry of Tibetan heritage continues to thrive. Tibet's relationship with the natural world is deeply spiritual and practical. The region's mountains, rivers, and lakes are not only sources of sustenance but also sacred sites imbued with spiritual significance. Mount Kailash, for example, is revered by Buddhists, Hindus, Jains, and Bonpos as a holy mountain, and circumambulating it is considered a profound act of devotion. Similarly, Lake Manasarova is believed to possess purifying powers, and pilgrims often bathe in its waters as part of their spiritual journey. These natural landmarks are not just physical features, they're integral to the spiritual and cultural identity of the Tibetan people. The challenges facing Tibet today are multifaceted, encompassing political, cultural, environmental, and economic dimensions. The region's unique position as a crossroads of cultures and a focal point of geopolitical interest has made it a site of both opportunity and conflict. As Tibet continues to navigate the complexities of modernization and globalization, the preservation of its cultural heritage and the well-being of its people remain paramount. The resilience and adaptability of the Tibetan people, rooted in the deep spiritual and cultural traditions, offer hope for a future that honors the past while embracing the possibilities of the present. In conclusion, Tibet is a land of profound beauty, rich history, and enduring mystery. Its culture, shaped by centuries of spiritual practice, environmental adaptation, and community life, offers a unique perspective on what it means to live in harmony with the world. From its majestic landscapes to its vibrant traditions, Tibet continues to inspire and captivate those who seek to understand its essence. As the region faces the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century, the story of Tibet remains a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of cultural heritage.